Dr. K. Senthilkumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Loganatha Narayanaswamy Government College, Ponneri, Chennai. He has done PhD in Material Science at Anna University, Chennai. He has 17 years of teaching experience. He has published 5 articles in national and international conferences and journals. He attended more than 14 conferences and workshops in all over India.
Welcome to UGC lecture series. Today we are going to see the subject quantum mechanics. In this session, we are going to see the topics like bound state problem, one of the bound state problem, harmonic oscillator, in which we are going to discuss in details about 0 point energy and the energy levels of harmonic oscillators and the comparison of this energy level with hydrogen atom and particle in a box. Then finally, wave function. Bound state problem. What is meant by bound state problem? We know we have seen wave function psi of x comma t in one dimension, psi of x comma y comma z comma t in 3 dimensions. So, in previous sessions we have seen wave function for a free particle. Here we are going to see the wave function for a bounded particle. There is a difference between free particle and a bounded particle. We know the electrons, if electrons attached with the nucleus in orbit, then that is called a bounded particle. Suppose if it is detached from the nucleus and it is freely capable of moving in interatomic spaces, then that is called free particle. So, this is the difference between bound particle and free particle. Now, let us see the general features of a bound particle system. A bound state is a special quantum state of a particle. The potential may be external or it may be the result of presence of another particle. A bound state is a state representing 2 or more particles whose interaction energy exceeds the total energy of each separate particle. The energy spectrum of the set of bound states is a discrete, unlike free particles which have a continuous spectrum. That means that for a bound particle it is a discrete spectrum, for a free particle it is a continuous spectrum. Now, let us see one of the bound state problem is harmonic oscillator. We know harmonic motion. Any motion executes and with respect to equilibrium position, then we call it as a harmonic oscillation. Here we see harmonic oscillator and we compare classical and quantum mechanical harmonic oscillators, and we will see energy levels, wave functions and 0 point energy of this harmonic oscillation. So, in harmonic oscillator, energy levels are equally spaced. In simple harmonic motion, the restoring force F on a particle of mass m is linear. F is proportional to the particle's displacement x from its equilibrium position and in the opposite direction. That means the restoring force are proportional to x. So, this is called Hooke's law. We can write the Hooke's law, F is equal to minus kx. Then we know from Newton's second law of motion, we can write F is equal to ma, and we can write this m is equal to F is equal to m into d squared x by dt squared, because this acceleration is d squared x by dt squared. How we have written this? If x is the displacement and the velocity v is equal to dx by dt and a, that is rate of change of displacement is velocity, similarly rate of change of velocity is acceleration. So, we can write d squared x by dt squared. So, that is why we have written instead of a d squared x by dt squared. So, this is equation number 1, then this is equation number 2. So, equating these two equations 1 and 2, we get minus kx is equal to m into d squared x by dt squared. So, rearranging this equation, we can write d squared x by dt squared plus k by m into x is equal to 0. So, this equation is known as equation for harmonic oscillator. So, this is equation number 3. For this simple harmonic equation for harmonic oscillator, we can write so many solutions. The one way of writing the common solution is, the solution is x is equal to a cos 2 pi nu t plus phi. Here x is the displacement, a is the amplitude, nu is the frequency, phi is the phase angle. Then from this we can write the frequency of harmonic oscillator, the nu is equal to 1 by 2 pi into root of k by m. So, this is the frequency of harmonic oscillators. So, the importance of simple harmonic oscillator in both classical and modern physics lies not in the strict adherence of actual restoring forces to Hooke's law, which is rarely true, but in the fact that these restoring forces reduces to Hooke's law for simple displacement x. That means that the restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement in an inward direction. That is why any motion executes a simple harmonic oscillation or simple harmonic motion. As a result, any system in which something executes small vibration about an equilibrium positions behaves very much like a simple harmonic oscillator. To verify this, restoring force is a function of x, can be expressed in a Maclaurin series about the equilibrium position at x is equal to 0. Then Maclaurin series we can write for this restoring force, f of x is equal to f at x is equal to 0 plus df by dx at x is equal to 0 into x plus 1 by 2 into d squared f by dx squared at x is equal to 0 into x squared plus 1 by 6 into d cube f by dx cube at x is equal to 0 into x cube plus etc. So, this is equation number 6. So, here x is equal to 0. So, x equal to 0 is a minimum value. If x is a minimum value, the higher powers of x is very minimum value. So, the higher powers of x can be neglected from this equation. So, only the second term will be effective, that we can write. So, the second term f of x is equal to df by dx at x is equal to 0 into x. So, this is equation number 7. So, from this restoring force concept and Hooke's law concept, we can write the potential energy function corresponds to this Hooke's law what we have seen now, f is equal to minus kx. So, the potential function u of x is equal to minus integral 0 to x f of x dx is equal to h into 0 to x integral 0 to x x dx, that is equal to half k x squared. So, the potential function or potential energy u of x is equal to half k x squared what we have got for this harmonic oscillator. So, this is equation number 8. So, this is the potential energy curve for a simple harmonic oscillator. So, this is the equation we have derived just now. The potential energy of the harmonic oscillator u of x equal to half k x squared. For this total energy, then there will be a negative amplitude minus a and the positive amplitude plus A. So, what happens here? This oscillating particle or oscillate is swing between these two levels, that is negative minus A and positive plus A. In between these two, x equal to minus A and plus A, this oscillating particle swing, that is back and forth with the same energy En. So, the allowed energies will not form a continuous spectrum, but instead a discrete spectrum of certain specific values only. So, this we have seen already. Since it is a bounded one, we get a discrete spectrum. The lowest allowed energy will not be E is equal to 0, that is will not be 0, that is why E is equal to 0, but will have some definite minimum value, that the minimum value we designate as E naught, that is E is equal to E naught. So, this is known as 0 point energy. There will be a certain probability that the particle can penetrate the potential well. Now, let us see the energy levels of harmonic oscillator. So, we know the Schrodinger wave equation, already we have seen Schrodinger wave equation, that is time independent Schrodinger wave equation we have seen, that is d squared psi by dx squared plus 2m by h cross squared into E minus V into psi is equal to 0, that we have seen already. So, that equation we can write here. So, d squared psi by dx squared plus 2m by h cross squared into E minus V into psi is equal to 0. So, this is a general equation, already we have seen, that we know well. Here usually this is potential energy, but in harmonic oscillator we have used the notation, the potential function is u. So, we have to change simply V becomes u, then we substitute this u is equal to half k x squared here. So, what we get? D squared psi by dx squared plus 2m by h cross squared into E minus half k x squared is equal to 0, half k x squared is equal to 0. So, this is the equation with the potential function u is equal to half k x squared. So, using dimensionless quantities, we can write the value of y here. So, y is equal to 1 by h cross into square root of km whole power half. We know h cross equal to h by 2 pi. If we substitute here, then we get square root of 2 pi m nu by h into x. So, this is equation number 10. Then alpha is equal to 2e by h into root of m by k. Then this becomes 2e by h nu. This is equation number 11. Now, we have this Schrodinger equation. This equation we write in terms of alpha and y here. So, d squared psi by dx squared plus alpha minus y squared into psi is equal to 0. So, this is equation number 12. We can write the solution for this equation. So, solution to this equation by the condition psi tends to 0 as y tends to infinity. So, we have integral minus infinity to plus infinity modulus psi squared dy is equal to 1. So, this equation d squared psi by dx squared plus alpha minus y squared into psi is equal to 0. This is valid only when alpha is equal to 2n plus 1, where n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Since alpha is equal to 2e by h nu. So, the energy levels of harmonic oscillator En is equal to n plus half into h nu. This is equation number 13. So, this n values varies from 0, 1, 2, 3 etc. So, for 0 point energy, if n is equal to 0, if n is 0 then E0 is equal to simply half h nu. So, E0 is equal to half h nu. So, this equation is known as 0 point energy equation of harmonic oscillator. This value is called the 0 point energy because a harmonic oscillator in equilibrium with its surroundings would approach an energy of E is equal to E0 and not E is equal to 0 as the temperature approaches 0 Kelvin. So, this picture shows the energy levels of hydrogen atom. This is particle in a box. This is harmonic oscillator. What we observe from this E refers to energy levels. This E1, 2, 3, there is E1, E2, E3, E4. Say this 1, 2, 3 refers to quantum numbers. So, these energy levels are mainly depends on these quantum numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. And also what we observe in this hydrogen atom, in this particle in a box and harmonic oscillator. So, among these three, only in this harmonic oscillator the energy levels are equally spaced, whereas here the energy levels are not equally spaced. Here is more, here is less, here is less, here is less. Similarly, here is less, little more than high. So, among these three, that is hydrogen atom, particle in a box and harmonic oscillator, the energy levels of harmonic oscillator are equally spaced. So, this is the importance of harmonic oscillator among these three. Next, we will see wave functions of this harmonic oscillator. For each choice of a parameter alpha n, there is a different wave function psi n. Each function consists of a polynomial Hn of y. Hn of y is called Hermite polynomial in either odd or even powers of y. So, the exponential factor we have to consider here e power minus y squared by 2 and a numerical coefficient which is needed for the wave function psi n to meet the normalization condition. We know if it is normalization, then the probability is equal to 1. We know the probability term also modulus psi n squared. So, integral minus infinity to plus infinity modulus psi n squared dy is equal to 1, where n varies from 0, 1, 2, 3 etc. So, the general formula for the nth wave function is psi n is equal to 2m v by h cross whole power 1 by 4 into 2 power n into n factorial whole power minus half Hn of y into e power minus y squared by 2. So, this table shows the 6 Hermite polynomials. We know that the n is a quantum numbers, varies from 0 to 5. So, there are 6 the corresponding Hermite polynomials, then corresponding alpha n values, then corresponding energy eigenvalues En. So, En varies from 1 by 2 h nu to 11 by 2 h nu. This picture shows the wave function that corresponds to 6 energy levels of a harmonic oscillator. So, psi 0, psi 1, psi 2, psi 3, psi 4, psi 5. So, this vertical line indicates that in between these two limits, that is amplitudes, this oscillator swing in between this. So, and then the nature of the wave function is differ in each energy levels that you can show in this picture. So, next, this picture is the probability densities for n is equal to 0, that is quantum number n is equal to 0. So, probability density is modulus psi naught squared, then n is equal to 10 modulus psi 10 squared. So, it is very much interest to compare this classical harmonic oscillator with the quantum mechanical harmonic oscillator in the function of modulus psi squared. If the quantum number n is equal to 0, then modulus psi 0 squared. If the quantum number n is equal to 10, then modulus psi 10 squared. So, we take the minimum psi 0 and maximum psi 10. So, we take these two probabilities and let us compare this classical and quantum harmonic oscillators. Here this red color curve refers to classical harmonic oscillator. So, this red color curve is classical and this black color curve is quantum. So, what we observe from this, for n is equal to 0, in classical oscillator this value, that is the probability density value, is maximum on either side of these amplitudes. Say at minus a is maximum, similarly at plus a is also a maximum, and it reduces. When x is equal to 0, that means at equilibrium position this has the least value. But for quantum mechanical oscillator, we are able to see the opposite behavior, the trend is opposite. So, that is the increasing, and for minus a and plus a, for quantum mechanical oscillator the probability density is minimum, whereas at the center or at equilibrium position for this quantum mechanical harmonic oscillator the probability density is maximum. The similar behavior we can observe in quantum number 10. So, modulus psi 10 squared. So, here also we have the same trend, but compared to this n is equal to 0, this disagreement is very less, whereas here this disagreement is more. So, as we have seen in the picture, the probability density has its maximum value at x is equal to 0 and drops off on either side of this position. However, this disagreement becomes less and less marked with increasing n. The lower graph of the picture what we have seen, that is for n is equal to n 10, it is clear that when averaged over x has approximately the general character of the classical probability p. This is another example of correspondence principle in the limit of large quantum numbers. Quantum physics yields the same results as classical physics. However, this objection has meaning only if the fluctuation are observable and the smaller the spacing of peaks and hollows, the more difficult it is to detect them experimentally. The exponential tails of beyond x is equal to plus or minus a also decrease magnitude with increasing n that we have observed in the picture. Thus, the classical and quantum pictures begin to resemble each other more and more, and the larger value of n in agreement with the correspondence principle also they are very different for small n. Now, let us summarize what are the topics we have seen in this session. We have started with bound state problem. So, there are so many bound state problem. So, one such one is harmonic oscillator, a hydrogen atom like that. In this session we have seen harmonic oscillators. In harmonic oscillator we have derived 0 point energy. So, that 0 point energy value we have found E naught is equal to half h nu. Then we also have seen energy levels of harmonic oscillators. Then we have compared these energy levels of harmonic oscillators with hydrogen atom as well as particle in a box. Then we concluded that for harmonic oscillator the energy levels are equally spaced. Of course, that is the importance of harmonic oscillator. Then we have seen wave function. In wave function we have compared classical oscillator. Then we have selected two extreme end. One is minimum n is equal to 0, that is probability density modulus psi 0 squared. Then higher end n is equal to 10, the probability density modulus psi 10 squared. Then we have analyzed the classical and quantum harmonic oscillators. Now let us see what kind of questions can be discussed in this sessions based on the discussions. What is mean by bound state problem? Mention the examples of bound state problem. Write the wave function for a bound particle. Then a detailed question, give an account of harmonic oscillator and deduce 0-point energy equation. Also discuss its energy level and wave function. Then the rest of the topics in the subject quantum mechanics we will see in the future sessions. Thank you.